Hi there, sports fans. Welcome to Sported. I'm Shane. Today I want to talk to you about a couple of things. So to start with the England squad, the England squad's been announced for the upcoming games against Wales in a friendly and then the World Cup qualifier against Latvia. And the big news with the squad, Thomas Tuchel has left out Jude Bellingham due to form, which is, we'll touch on that more later. And also Jordan Henderson. He's in the squad again. He is not going anywhere. Tuchel loves him. He is here to stay. So let's talk about Jude Bellingham first. So yeah, Jude Bellingham's not in the squad. And there's two ways to look at this. We've been dying and clamouring for a manager to pick players on form. And Bellingham is still recovering from his shoulder surgery and has not been in the team recently for Madrid, and he's come off the bench the last 3 games, and so that's fair. He's not been playing and he shouldn't be in the squad because you should be there on merit, which should have always been the case but hasn't been. Especially with managers like Sven-Göran Eriksson, they just used to pick the same squad over and over again. Fiercely loyal, too loyal, stupidly loyal to some players. And that cost us. So I agree with this. I like the fact that Tuchel is going for form. But he's also moving on to Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson's in the squad again. Now, it's clear to see that Tuchel's in it for one tournament. He wants to win the World Cup. But again, come on. We're not going to win the World Cup with Jordan Henderson in the squad. Should we be taking him in the squad? Especially when we have got players like Adam Wharton, who is class. Maybe he's not in the squad. So maybe the reason why Tuchel's not playing him is he feels like he's not ready and that he's someone for the future, whereas Tuchel wants the squad ready-made now, winning right now, to give us the best opportunity. In America, much like Mourinho wasn't ever nurturing players. He wanted ready-made players, buy them in, win tournaments, win trophies. So again, Henderson's in the squad, and they keep harking back to the same conversation of he's there as a leader, he sets the example. They should. And then I'll go back to my previous video. They all know what they're doing. They're professional footballers. You can't hold hands, in any tournament. You can't be carrying anybody. And there's a reason why Jordan Henderson was sold from Liverpool and went to Saudi Arabia, although he's back in the Premier League now with Brentford and playing well. But that tells you everything you need to know. He's at Brentford. No disrespect to Brentford, who are a great club and they've done well and they've really kind of established themselves in the Premier League. But that's about the level he's at the moment. Good player back in the day, but shouldn't be in the squad, taking players' places like Adam Wharton, who I've seen live a couple of times now. Very, very impressive. Can't understand why he's not in. Really, that's a bit of a shocker. So clearly doesn't fancy him at the moment. And also Jack Grealish is not in, and he's flying. So he's contradicting himself. He's not picked Jude Bellingham on form, but he's also not picked Jack Grealish, whose form is good. But Bellingham's form is obviously not good because he's not playing. But Jack Grealish is flying. The assists are starting to rack up again. He's playing the way he used to play. He's been let off the leash, and he's gone back to Aston Villa Grealish, which is the player that we love and player that was worth £100 million in today's market. So it's a strange one. He's kind of it's a bit there's a easy for me to say, hypocrisy going on there. Very, very, very strong case because you've left out Bellingham, but then you've also left out Grealish. Clearly, it's a case of he feels like he doesn't need him, and you've got Eze out there. And we'll go through the squad actually while I'm looking at it. So the goalkeepers, you've got Dean Henderson in goal, Jordan Pickford, James Trafford. So no surprise there. Defenders, you've got Dan Burn, Mark Gahey, Reece James, Ezri Konsa, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Gerald Kwanzaa, Jed Spence, John Stones. No real surprises there either. Midfielders, Elliot Anderson, who's been terrific. Morgan Gibbs-White, good to see him finally in the squad. Jordan Henderson. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, good to see him back. He's a talent. Declan Rice and Morgan Rogers. And then the forwards are Jarrod Bowen, Eberiche Eze, Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka and Ollie Watkins, who's had a bit of a mixed start, hasn't he, for Villa this season. But I can kind of see the reasoning there. Looking at the squad he has picked, he's got two players on the left. You've got Eberiche Eze can play on the left, and also Anthony Gordon, so he's covered there. You've got two players that can play on the right-hand side as well. You've got Jarrod Bowen and Bukayo Saka. So I can understand why he's left out Grealish, but I don't like the fact that he's left out Grealish because he's been flying this season. The defence is expected. Goalkeepers, the only one that sticks out is Bellingham, but that's right because he's not been playing. But I would have liked to seen Adam Wharton in there. I think he's quality, especially in friendlies. The Wales game is a friendly. Why not play Adam Wharton and see how he reacts and how he is in the environment, get to know him better. In a friendly, what most of these players can do already. I mean, I know Harry Kane's always going to have, going to play. He's trying to get as many goals as he can. I understand that, and he's a big favourite and an ex-player with Tuchel. But I'd like to see him in, give him a go, give Adam Wharton a go and see what he's got. But it's not to be. But I'm sure if he keeps up this form this season, he's going to be hard to resist, isn't he? But Jordan's in again. Nothing against Jordan. He was class back in the day, but for me, he shouldn't be in it. What do you think? Anyway, do you think he should still be in the squad or in the team? But we need to give ourselves the best popular opportunity, don't we, in the States? It's going to be tough enough as it is. So we need our best players out there at the moment. And for me, at the moment, Jordan Henderson isn't that player. All right, thanks for listening anyway. And take care of each other, yourselves, and look out for the next video. Speak soon.